Hello, my ghouls and goblins. Welcome back. Today I had an interesting video. I wanted to do a video where I recommend books that I think anime characters will read. This is going to be entertaining. Also, warning, I have a list because I got my tongue pierced and I'm in the first weeks of that healing. Our first character is the Madara from the Naruto series. He is famous for giving the most iconic one-liners and speeches in anime history. The speeches are so iconic that even Erwin from AOT would be inspired. And the book that I think Madara read cover to cover, forwards and backwards, is The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Specifically this quote, which is, if you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. I feel like Madara resonated with that. There are certain points in the Art of War that I think he would disagree with, but definitely that one, because he's big on people knowing their power, especially power which he feels have been repressed by society. Eren Yeager. I think the Attack Titan himself would deeply resonate with Demium, written by Hermine Hesse, is deeply philosophical, and specifically Eren when he's moving from adolescence into his teenage years. I think he would resonate a lot with the book's message of needing to break out of your shell, which is the world, which is therefore an egg. If you know, you know. This one quote really reminded me of Eren. Those who are too lazy and comfortable to think for themselves and be their own judges obey the laws. Others sense their own laws within them. I think Eren is somebody who is willing to break any law if it means him in pursuit of his own belief and ideology, which is for freedom's sake. And right on, brother. But I also think that the ideology of breaking out of the egg in the world that you once knew, he would resonate with. I think Aaron would read a lot of philosophical fiction and philosophy. Mao Mao, the Poison Queen herself. She is the apothecarius of the Apothecary Diaries, and she is Mother Down. She would read Poison, the History of Potions, Powders, and Murderous Practitioners by Ben Hubbard. And the quote that Mama would hands down relate to is, as every amateur toxicologist knows, the difference between a poison and medicine is often simply the dose. And I believe she would read this because she can see herself in them practitioners. And she also is just very knowledgeable on the subject. She has a lot that she can both learn and relate to in the book. Lady Tsunade, the woman, the myth, the legend herself, the fifth Hokage. I believe Tsunade would read a book called The Body Keeps Score, Brain, Mind, and Body, and the Healing of Trauma. The quote that I believe Tsunade will relate to is, being traumatized means continuing to organize your life as if the trauma were still going on, unchanged and immutable, as every new encounter or event is contaminated by the past. Written by Bessel A. van der Kolk. And I believe she would read this book because the book talks a lot about trauma, how trauma is stored in our bodies, and how we end up having a relation with ourselves that is affected and now viewed from the trauma we experienced. And she's somebody deeply traumatized by her past, a past steeped in grief and loss. She ends up having to confront those past hurts and traumas when she meets Naruto, or rather, a lot of those things end up coming up anyway. And I think the queen will read this most definitely because she ends up overcoming her past, or rather learning to move forward, but also confront those feelings of the past. That is all for today. If you agree or disagree, respectfully, let me know in the comments down below. And let me know what other characters you want me to recommend books that you think that I think they will read.